at the moment, she's right just there. I'm under orders not to show it to you. She's wrapped up in a cocoon of quilt. I might describe her as cute, but I'm not sure today. She looks a bit more like Alice Cooper. So it's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everyone. Good to see you all. Here we are in Birmingham. There you go. There's the beautiful Wee May outside the Canal House in Gas Street. Had a lovely day and a half here. Fantastic, some lovely people. What a great community. We've met Ian Slater on his bus. Ian the Blue Nose, Birmingham City fan. We've come across Fatima. She's from UK Narrowboat FAMS, FEMMES, which is an Instagram page about women who live on the cut for whatever reason, and she likes to interview people and find out what their story is as to why, as a single female, they live on boats and stuff. So that's been really interesting. She dropped us some cakes in, which was really lovely of her. So she's a resident of Gas Street, of the floating community here. So smashing to talk to her. Also came across a guy, can't for the life of me remember your name, so I'm really sorry. I know your wife's name Amanda, because that's what you told us. I seem to think your name's Martin. Mrs. Lumsden seems to think your name's Clive. I said, no, it's not Clive. So, sorry mate, can't remember. Drop me a line, get your missus to drop me a line. So it was great to meet you guys as well. What else? So yeah, we had a couple of cruises around some of the loops with some friends. Graham Groom, somebody who follows me, he's not had the best of health recently, and it's been about 10 years since we've been on a boat, and he used to work the boats around here. So that was great to take him out, and he was quite surprised how much the city's changing. So that was a nice thing to do as well. Fantastic meal last night at Rodizio, which is the Argentinian grill, which is like a buffet place. And then they come round and they've got massive hunks of meat that they've had on skewers, and they come to your table and carve off the meat as you require it. So yeah, fantastic. What else? There's a few idiots knocking around last night, middle of the night, about 4 o'clock this morning. We do have now a cone in the water. I heard that go in. There are a few bins over there. I could hear those rumbling about. I thought they're all going in. They didn't. But it was quite interesting evening. I was talking to the doorman of the Canal House, just sitting chatting, and I said, how is it? Do you have much trouble? He said, no, it's pretty good here. Some of the other places he goes to. All of a sudden, the barman's come out, we need you, mate. And then all hell broke loose with about, I don't know, 12 girls, 12 women. It was a proper scrap. And they got them all out, and they got them up onto the road over there, and they were screaming and shouting and grappling on the floor. And they were a group of friends as well. So this doorman said, no, I've daunted it, I'd tainted his day. And it was like, he was doomed from then on, from saying he never gets any trouble here to this massive girly punch-up. So that was great. So today we're off down to Stratford, or we're going to start off to Stratford. So it's only just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. Mrs. Lumsden's still asleep, and I've got about 3 hours without a lock. So I'm going to kick off. I'm fine with that. So we're going out of Birmingham, down past Bourneville and the University, Selly Oak, down past where the Lappel Canal is going to be coming back in at some point. I know that's a restoration that's starting to happen now. Down to Kings Norton, turn left onto the Stratford Canal, tunnel to go through. We're trying to get to the boot in Lapworth by this evening. It's a fair old ask. It's a fair journey, quite a few locks, but looking forward to it. I really like the Stratford Canal. So I'll take a few shots on the way. Have a great Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate. So before I go anywhere, I'm going to fish this cone out of the canal. Yay. Oh, come on. Idiots. Right, need to get my front end off again now. And off we go. I've shown it you before, but that's Mrs. Lumsden's workplace there. That one with the hexagonal windows. At the moment, she's right as there. I'm under orders not to show it to you. She's wrapped up in a cocoon of quilt. I might describe her as cute, but not sure today. She looks a bit more like Alice Cooper. The silence is deafening. You know, when she gives you that silent treatment, you know that that's actually trouble. If she shouted at me and told me to stop being a dickhead, that's better to deal with, because she just gets it out of her system. When she goes quiet, it means that she's going to be plotting and she'll get me back later. Still not said anything, so it's double trouble. Right, bye Birmingham, see you next week. Should get here, I think, by next Saturday, should be back. So, yes, 10 to 7 in the morning, and here we go. First thing to do, through Worcester Bar. Puts us onto the Birmingham Worcester Canal. Always a great view through that tunnel. Morning. So all of these were once entrances to wharfs. Actually, the other side of this building here is Gas Street. That is Gas Street behind there. And on the other side of Gas Street, you can see the evidence of where the canals, where the wharfs used to shoot off, which is quite interesting. There's a really interesting window here. So this used to be the old Birmingham Worcester Canal admin office here. Now Bistro Pierre, but you see the arched window there. That is actually a bridge hole, the old bridge hole that used to go then through to the wharf that's on the other side of Gas Street. When you look through that window, you can see all the brickwork. So that through there is the old bridge that used to go through. As I said, you go to the other side of the street, you can actually see the hump in the road, and then behind it is they've made it into a bit of an ornamental fish pond now, what's left of the canal. But the architecture around here is totally, it reeks of the heyday of the canals. Brilliant. I love all the buildings, the roof lines that are on them when you look around. Something out of Victorian England. When I were a lad, there's a building just going past on my right there, and that used to be Bobby Brown's nightclub. But any Brummies I'm talking to of my sort of age would remember Bobby Brown's. That was there. I think it's still a nightclub. I don't know what it's called now. Yeah. We're coming down to what's known as the Mailbox. Again, I'm talking the absolutely obvious to anybody who's a Brummie. But the Mailbox houses the BBC Midlands Today, comes out of there. There's a lot of very posh shops, Harvey Nichols and stuff like that in there. But you never see anybody in them. I don't know how they afford the rent. I suppose they only need to sell one shirt in a day and that's the rent covered for a month. I suppose whilst people are stupid enough to pay that sort of money, they'll stay in business. So as I make the turn to the right here, the steel bridge that we go under these days has become known as Lovelock Bridge. It's actually called Salvage Turn Bridge, but people know it as Lovelock Bridge. It's absolutely covered in padlocks, where people come and lock their love into a padlock. I assume they throw the key in the canal. You come magnet fishing around here, you get loads of keys. But I'm not sure whether I like it or not. But anyway, it's all right. And dead ahead there, that's where we were eating last night, the Radizio. It's worth a go. A little bit pricey, but the meat is good. And I do like my meat. And go and make the turn. Over there is BBC. Up in the sky there. Can't see it at the moment on that camera angle. There, through there, BBC. And if you are boating down this way, just down on the right here is a decent boaters facility, showers, toilet, water. A little bit out of the way as well from the main sort of thriving hive of a city centre. It's just down here. And there's one mooring right next to it as well, so I've always seen a boat there. I've never seen that mooring vacant. So I think you have to be pretty lucky or pretty cute to be able to pinch that one mooring. And that single mooring point is a 14-day mooring as well. So that's a beauty to catch, that is. Just through this one more sort of stop lock thing here, and then we're off, heading south out of Birmingham now. You know what this is? There's a fine sight just out of Mrs. Lumsden getting out of bed. I'm a lucky man. I know this is. Just telling everybody how lucky I am to have you in my life. Still struggling been struggling with my voice the last couple of days. But, now moved onto my chest a little bit, so I've got a bit of a cough, a bit of a sore throat. Still testing negative for coronavirus. I haven't got that. I feel too well in myself, but most people who get the dreaded Rona seem to struggle with the sort of exhaustion and that lack of sort of stamina and get up and go. That's not bothering me at all. I think I just picked up a bug, you know. But I was going to sing a song today. But I doubt whether I'm going to. Because you know me with tunnels. I've got the one tunnel. Let's see what see how I feel when I get there. Morning. You alright? Again, considering it's Easter, I haven't actually seen many other boats. There's a few boats moored up, but yesterday it was kind of me and the trip boats that were cruising around the loops and in and out of the main drag as such. But I don't get it. Is it because I'm still keen? Is it just because I'm still relatively new? I mean, people, I suppose, who've lived on boats for 20 odd years, does the magic go? I just love to get on the boat and stand at the tiller and cruise around. I love it. But their loss is my gain, I suppose, because I often feel like I've got the Birmingham Canal network to myself, and it's fantastic. And more people should come and play on the Birmingham Canal network, Birmingham Canal navigation. It's such a shame. But it's beautiful. As you see, dead ahead there and behind, just no one to be seen. And in the middle of the day, I might see, if I see half a dozen boats today, I'd be surprised. Things might change when I get onto the Stratford, because people will probably have done Worcester, come up and then to Stratford, because it's all prettier and it's all, but they don't kind of venture into Birmingham. They don't come north further than Kings Norton Junction. Likewise on the other side of Birmingham, they come up the Staff's Worcester and they just carry on past. So they come up kind of through Wolverhampton and around up to Stafford and Great Hayward. If they just come up the Wolverhampton 21, there's an absolute myriad of industrial glory to behold. So I've been 2 days now, I suppose, around these canals. I haven't had a weed hatch issue. I've had a couple of times where I felt something go in, blast to reverse, back into drive. It's all fine. And I suppose the only issue I had is that, the bit of antisocial really during the night last night. But you can get that moored out in the countryside by any pub. There's a group of lads or something, they get a bit boisterous under the influence, don't they? Oh, this is lovely.